Camp Alderwood sat at the edge of Lake Miro, tucked so deep into the pines that cell service died 3 miles before the front gate. It had been running every summer since the 1960s, and by now, it had the kind of worn, comfortable look that old places get. Sun-bleached cabin roofs, a mess hall with a bell that hadn't rung true in years, and a lake so still in the mornings that campers joked you could see your own reflection clearer than in a bathroom mirror. Rhea Sharma was 16, and this was her first summer as a counselor in training. She'd grown up going to camps like this as a kid, and now she finally got to be the one handing out flashlights and telling ghost stories around the fire instead of shivering through them. She was assigned 5 campers, all around 11 years old, and cabin 7. The farthest cabin from the mess hall, right on the tree line where the mowed grass gave way to real forest. When she checked the cabin assignment board, one of the older counselors, a boy named Dev, who'd been coming to Alderwood for 4 summers, went quiet for a second. "Cabin 7, huh?" he said. "Is that bad?" "It's just old. Nobody really fights over it." He forced a smile that didn't quite reach his eyes and walked off before she could ask anything else. The first night was ordinary. Flashlight tag, bug spray, someone's homesick sniffling that stopped once the lights went out. Rhea sat on the porch step, writing in her journal by lantern light, the lake flat and silver behind her. That's when she noticed it. A shape standing at the water's edge, close to where the dock jutted out, just standing there. Not moving, not walking away, just facing the cabins. She blinked, and when she looked again, the shoreline was empty. Probably a camper who wandered off, she told herself. Though something about the stillness of it had felt wrong in a way she couldn't name. The second night, Arav, the youngest of her group, small for his age and always the last to fall asleep, tugged her sleeve before lights out. "Rhea Didi," my reflection in the bathroom mirror. "It didn't move when I did, just for a second. You probably just weren't looking right at it," she said gently, tucking his blanket in. "Mirrors play tricks when you're tired." He nodded, but he didn't look convinced, and neither, if she was honest, did she. By the third night, small things had started piling up. A camper swore his flashlight beam reflected off the lake even though the moon was new, and there was no light to catch. Another said she'd seen her own shadow lag, half a step behind her on the walk back from the bathroom. Rhea decided to find the camp director, Mr. Oswald, and ask if Cabin 7 had some kind of history worth knowing about. Not to scare the kids, just so she'd understand what she was dealing with. His cabin door was unlocked, but he wasn't inside. What was inside was a small stack of camp logbooks going back decades. And on top of them, a leather-bound diary that looked far older than anything else in the room. She knew she shouldn't have opened it. She did anyway. The handwriting was cramped, hurried, like whoever wrote it had been checking the door every few lines. "Summer of 1987. Lake Miro does not give back what it takes. 3 campers this week alone say their reflections have started moving on their own. A beat too slow. A smile that isn't theirs. I believe it happens gradually. First the reflection lags, then it acts on its own. And on the 7th night, if you are still looking into any reflective surface when the clock strikes 3, it stops being your reflection at all. Something else steps forward instead. Keep them away from mirrors. Keep them away from still water. Do not let them count the nights." The entry ended mid-sentence, ink smudged like the pen had been dropped. Rhea counted backward. Tonight was the third night in cabin 7. 4 more to go. She didn't wait for the 7th night to take precautions. That night, she covered the bathroom mirror in the cabin with a towel, turned every reflective surface she could find away from the beds, and told the kids it was a camp tradition, so they wouldn't be scared. They believed her easily enough, the way kids believe most things adults tell them with a straight face. But even with every mirror covered, even with the windows curtained, she couldn't cover the lake. And on the 4th night, unable to sleep, she stepped outside for air and found herself standing at the edge of the water without quite remembering walking there. The surface was perfectly still. Her reflection looked back at her, ordinary at first. Same braid, same oversized camp hoodie. Then it smiled a half second before she did. She stumbled back from the shore, heart hammering, and ran straight into Dev, who'd apparently been peeing.